It would be absolutely idiotic for the New England Patriots to make this move. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron on the daily Patriots content. Don't miss out, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and hey, give me a like. I'd appreciate it. And if you didn't know, we're in a giveaway right now. If you want any of that information, look below in the description. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get rolling. So, ladies and gentlemen, the idiotic move, the stupid move, the just absolute worst move the Patriots could make. Now, there's other moves they can make that probably would be worse, but this would probably be one of the worst ones. But there have been rumors, there have been people talking, not just one article, which has surprised me. Because a lot of times I read information, I read stuff, and a lot of times you have to cipher through the idiotic and and usually you see that stuff once. This I saw multiple articles for it, and I was just like, this is ridiculous. But apparently, David Carr, yes, David Carr, you're probably like, listen, didn't his career end with the Houston Texans? And just like, why are we even talking about David Carr? Anyways, NFL analyst, he came out and said, listen, the Patriots should not stop at just getting Stephon Diggs. They should go for more. They should go and try to get Tyreek Hill. Now, a little backstory behind Tyreek Hill. And this is not new. Patriots are not new to any wide receiver rumors. Everyone that follows the New England Patriots knows that. I'm not going through the lore of this past year, especially last year, the players they tried to sign and all these different things. But anyways, Tyreek Hill, rough year last year. He has made 8 Pro Bowls. This was the first year he has not made a Pro Bowl. His team was horrendous. He voiced his frustration, essentially, basically saying he wanted to leave. All this strife with Mike McDonald, all this stuff, and issue after issue. Now, a lot of people think it is very possible that he still gets traded before the beginning of the season. And David Carr says, even though it's a divisional rival, it's very possible that the Dolphins still try to move him, regardless of where it is that they just want to offload him. Again, I think that is hogwash. I do not want the New England Patriots to go after Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill, listen, he's won a Super Bowl, played with the Chiefs, did this stint with the Miami Dolphins, and I still think he has obviously some left in the tank. He's 31 years old, but here's the deal. Here's where I draw the line. We have Stephon Diggs, and we've already seen a little issue with him with the whole quote-unquote pink powder. That wasn't pink powder. And the whole boats and you know what, not going to say the second word. But anyways, when it comes down to it, we're trying to handle Stephon Diggs and lead him down the right path and hope that he is not an issue off the field. And I think that is settled. But to have 2 players where you potentially have that in Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs, that would be crazy. And I think Tyreek Hill, let me rephrase that. I think Stephon Diggs, I've seen videos of him helping Jalen Polk, being a leader. He has that potential. I think Tyreek Hill does too. But again, the media follow them. They're hot ticket players, and they're easy to write stories about. And so, again, I don't think the Patriots would be wise in trying to trade for Tyreek Hill. I just don't think it's smart. As well, not only the drama and all that stuff, but we're talking age as well. How much money, like, what would you have to do to appease Tyreek Hill, where he's not going to be talking like he is about the Miami Dolphins? Who the heck knows? But regardless, I do not think it's a smart move, and I'm about 100% confident it will not happen, but it has surprised me the amount of people that have been talking about it that I've seen. So again, comment below, tell me what you think. You might say, Aaron, I disagree. I think we should give him a chance. I do not, though our wide receiver core is young and they have a lot to prove. I think there is a lot of potential there, a lot of potential. Stephon Diggs playing the 1 once he gets healthy. I think that, again, even though some people are down on Pop Douglas, I think he can thrive in a Josh McDaniels offense in the slot. A lot of people would also argue Efton Chisholm. He can elbow his way into the 53-man roster and prove his worth in the slot as well. I don't disagree with that. But then you even have other players that are on the up, like Kayshon Boutte, that another guy people have been, there's been trade rumors with him. But then you look at the other talent like Kyle Williams coming in, and through OTAs, a lot of people have said, man, he has turned a lot of heads. He has solid top end speed. He can break a defense vertically, get over the top of them. And so he has a lot in the tank. And then you have other young receivers that under the Gerard Mayo era coming in, not ideal, never lived up to their hype, but hopefully have some potential. Again, you're saying, Aaron, you're living on with some of these guys on a hope and a prayer. Yes, I am. Other proven guys, but I think in a Josh McDaniels offense, some of these guys can truly break out, especially with a great quarterback like Drake May. But Tyreek Hill, no. Have you ever seen The Office, the episode where Michael is yelling no? That is what I want you to think of when you think of Tyreek Hill coming to the Patriots. Next up, potential. Shocking, we'll say. Shocking cuts that could happen on the Patriots. I don't think... I'd be surprised if any of these were a possibility, but it was a big article that I was reading. The big guys were Pop, Tavai, and Duggar. The big issue, in each one, it was essentially they were tagged to another player. So Pop, they were like, well, Efton Chisholm has done really well in OTAs. He has a very high IQ. He can run routes well, but Pop Douglas has more of that quick, agile playmaking ability and more top end speed. I'm not saying Efton Chisholm does not have a place on the team. I think that is a potential for him as an undrafted free agent. But again, I do not see the Patriots cutting Pop Douglas. I'd be very surprised. There are other wide receivers that will be cut before they even get to Pop Douglas. I don't think that's going to happen. With any of these, tell me if you disagree. Tavai, though he was just injured in OTAs, I don't see that happening, even though a lot more of these guys who have been coming in under Mike Vrabel in free agency are quicker. I think that Tavai still has a place on this defense, even though he's coming in from that from Bill Belichick. I still think he has a place on this team as an on the ball, off the ball linebacker, and I think he's going to be fine. I'd be surprised. Duggar, we're talking about a guy here who's a captain. I have a hard time seeing Craig Woodson pass him this quick where he would be cut. I'd be very surprised. Especially to the fact that Duggar has proven himself, when healthy, that he has done well. Now, the biggest argument is he's 28. And that's what's crazy is when you say 28. Listen, he still has plenty of years to go. Craig Woodson, I think he's going to get into the rotation this year, but that doesn't mean Kyle Duggar's out. So all of these, in all reality, I don't think are good. Oh, these would be shocking. Yeah, yes, true, they would be shocking, but I don't think they're even close to probable, unless most of these guys absolutely just fall off. I'd be incredibly surprised. Again, Pop Douglas, I see other people cut before him, especially in a crowded right now wide receiver room. Tavai, I think he still has a lot to offer, especially coming off last year. He was the leading tackler of the team. And you're going to say, Aaron, don't forget, Bentley got hurt. Bentley also, boom, he's off the team now too. I'll give you that. But I think still has a lot in the tank and can thrive in a Terrell Williams, Mike Vrabel defense. Same with Kyle Duggar, not worried. So kind of crazy that this list was made, but just thought I'd throw you out there. If you disagree with me, comment below. Which one do you, and maybe you're like, listen, Aaron, I know you like Pop, but I think he has a potential of not making the team. Tell me, what the heck do you think? Comment below. Last but not least, I had to pull up this picture of Aaron Rodgers just because, yeah, it's funny. But anyways, Aaron Rodgers back on the schedule for the New England Patriots as a Steeler. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to be on the Pittsburgh Steelers. News broke not long ago. I believe it's a one-year deal. But his saga of playing the New England Patriots is not over yet. I hope that the Patriots can just absolutely pummel him just because, listen, Aaron Rodgers in his prime was unreal. He was great. And even this past year, go look at his stats. He said a bad year for him would be an MVP year for someone else. Last year, he had very similar passing stats to Josh Allen. Josh Allen obviously had all the rushing stats as well. But passing-wise, Aaron Rodgers wasn't atrocious last year. And it was not bad at all. in that sense of the term. I'm sure a lot of bottom tier starting quarterbacks in the NFL would have killed for the throwing numbers that he had last year. But again, that first game last year, he absolutely balled on the Patriots. Gosh, want a little payback and just want to send him off into retirement. So anyways, what do you think? Whatever we talked about, Tyreek Hill, Aaron Rodgers, all the in between. Comment below. Again, look at my description for our giveaway for hoodies. We have multiple hoodies we're going to be giving away at the end of June, so don't miss out on that. We'll talk later. Have a good one. Peace.